She posted, "Imagine being so broke you can't afford your girl's lifestyle." I replied, "Sad." Then I posted my bank statement, right next to the itemized list of her credit card bills that I'd been paying. The silence from her friends. Original post. I, 33 male, am what you'd call stable. I work in IT security for a big, boring, unsexy corporation. I make a very good living, but I don't look like it. I drive a 5-year-old sedan. I wear clothes from normal department stores. I'm a planner. I save. My goal for the last 2 years has been saving for a 20% down payment on a house. My girlfriend of 3 years, Cora, 29, is vibrant. She works in boutique PR, which seems to mean she has a lot of long lunches and gets free moisturizer samples. She lives for the lifestyle. She's beautiful, charming, and has a social media feed that looks like a magazine. We live together in my condo. I am a sole owner. Cora pays, well, she contributes. Sort of. The financial setup, which I thought was a partnership, was this. I pay the mortgage, the utilities, the car lease for a car, a very nice entry-level luxury import, and the groceries. I also gave her an authorized user card on my high-limit Amex for household expenses and a little fun. She paid her phone bill. Lately, she's been edgy. God, Reese, are we ever going to go on a real vacation? Not just a long weekend. This condo is so beige. Don't you think we need to redecorate? Mila's boyfriend just got her a new purse. It's to die for. I kept telling her, "Babe, I'm trying to be smart. We're saving for a house. For us." This was always met with a sigh. Right, the house. So boring. Last night, I was balancing my budget. I just moved another $5,000 into my high-yield savings account for the down payment. I was feeling good. I told her I was tightening the belt for a few months to hit our goal faster, so the $1,200 Serafino Wellness spa trips might need a pause. She just smiled, tapped on her phone, and said, "Whatever, Reese." This morning, I woke up to a text from a buddy. "Dude, you okay? My stomach just bottomed out." I opened Instagram. Cora had posted last night, around 11 p.m. It wasn't a picture. It was one of those text on a pastel background posts. "Imagine being so broke you can't afford your girl's lifestyle. LMAO. Men these days just don't have it. Hashtag broke boy energy. Hashtag know your worth. Hashtag level up." My blood didn't boil. It just stopped. Froze. I read the comments. Her whole friend group, led by her best friend Mila, was piling on. "Mila, preach, queen. If he can't fund your grace, he doesn't deserve your space." Some rando. "My man just bought me a car and a condo. Dump him, sweetie." Cora, replying to Mila, "He's over there tracking pennies while I'm trying to build an empire." SMH. The audacity. He's tracking pennies. The broke man. The man tracking pennies. I felt a strange, cold calm settle over me. This wasn't anger. It was data analysis. The problem was defined. Her post was the vulnerability. My response was the patch. I screenshotted everything. Her post. Her replies. Mila's comment. All of it. I replied to her post. One word. Sad. Then I got to work. I logged into my banking app. I took a screenshot of my savings account. The one for the house. The one with $182,450 in it. I carefully blacked out my account number. Then, I logged into my Amex account. I went to Statements. I opened the PDF for the last 6-month cycle. I went to the Spending by Authorized User tab. User, Cora, last name. Total spending, last 6 months, $28,450. I highlighted the itemized list. $1,200 at Serafino Wellness. $890 at a high-end clothing boutique. $450 at a brunch place. How is brunch $450? $2,100. A cash advance. A cash advance. On my card. I put it all together. I went back to Instagram. Her post was still proudly pinned. I replied to my own sad comment. Sad, especially since this broke guy has been funding that lifestyle. Here are the receipts. I posted the screenshot of my savings account. This is the broke fund for the house you found boring. And I posted the 6-month itemized statement. And this is the $28,450 lifestyle I've paid for since March. MX hashtag 5678. You're right, I can't afford it. Because it's a ridiculous waste. Then, I replied to Mila's comment. If he can't fund your grace? He did. To the tune of $4,892 last month alone. She's all yours now. I sat back. My phone was silent for exactly 90 seconds. Then it exploded. Her friends, the ones who had been so chatty, went silent. Not a single YS queen. The post was deleted. My entire Instagram was deleted by her. She knew my password, a mistake I'm now correcting. Then the front door of the condo slammed open. She must have raced home from wherever she was. Reese. I was in the kitchen, making coffee. She was vibrating. Her face was splotchy. You ruined me. You posted my bills. I posted my bills, I said, stirring my coffee. The ones you ran up. That was private. You doxed me. You called me broke. On a public forum. You humiliated me. I took a sip. I just presented the contrary data. My friends, my clients, they all saw that. You've ruined my reputation. Your reputation as what? A successful, independent woman? Or a barnacle? Her face went from rage to something else. Something calculating. You'll pay for this, Reese. You have no idea. Pay for what, Cora? I've been paying. And as of right now, I pulled out my phone, went to the Amex app, and clicked. Deactivate authorized user. Cora, last name. I'm not anymore. You can't. Her voice cracked. I can. And I did. I want you to pack your essentials. You have 24 hours. The rest I'll put in storage. You're kicking me out? I'm deactivating an authorized user. From my home. From my credit. From my life. She started to cry. But it wasn't sad crying. It was, I'm not getting my way crying. You're a monster, Reese. A cold, unfeeling monster. No, Cora, I said, looking at the spreadsheet on my laptop. I'm just a guy tracking his pennies. Update 1. It's been a week. My life has been an exercise in boundaries and learning how many people are in my blocked list. So, the 24 hours was dramatic. Cora did not pack. Instead, she called her parents. Around 7 p.m. on the night of the post, my doorbell rang. It was Cora, flanked by her father, Alistair, and her mother, Brenda. Alistair is a consultant who always has a new, failing venture. Brenda is a professional victim. Alistair, puffing up his chest, in his $300 polo shirt, Reese. This has gone far enough. Me, it has. Cora, do you have your bags? Brenda, clutching her pearls, which I probably paid for. You can't talk to her like that. You have humiliated our daughter. Me. She humiliated me. I just provided context. Please get your things, Cora. Cora, he doxed me, Daddy. He posted my allowance. Alistair, this is financial abuse, son. We're a family. We don't air our dirty laundry. Me, we're not family, Alistair. And she aired the laundry. I just posted the dry cleaning bill. Now she has 14 hours left. They try to push past me into the condo. I'm not a big guy, but I'm solid. I didn't budge. You can't just kick her out. Alistair yelled. She has rights. She's a tenant. Me, she's not on the lease. She's not on a mortgage. She pays no rent. She's a guest whose visa has expired. Get your stuff. This is when the dirty trick started. They didn't have a legal leg to stand on, so they went for the social one. They called the police. Yep. They stood in the hallway of my condo building and called 911. 2 officers showed up. They looked tired. Brenda, full waterworks officer, thank God. He's abusing her. He's throwing her out on the street. He's been controlling her with money. The society defaults to the woman thing is real, folks. The male officer looked at me like I was scum. Officer 1, sir, you need to calm down. Me, I am calm. This is my condo. I have my ID and a copy of my mortgage statement ready. IT security. We do threat modeling. Me, she is my ex-girlfriend. She is not on a mortgage or any utilities. I gave her 24 hours notice to leave. Cora, he locked my cards. I have no money. I can't even buy food. Officer 2, to me, sir, you can't just do that. That's a civil matter. You can't just kick her out with no access to. Me, officer, I deactivated her authorized user status on my credit card. I have not touched her personal bank account. Officer 1 looks at Cora. Ma'am, do you have your own bank account? Cora, yes, but me. And I'm not kicking her out. I'm asking her to leave. She has a family, right here, who can take her in. Alistair, this is unacceptable. We're going to sue. Officer 1, sighing, sir, this is a civil matter. We can't force him to let her stay. And sir, to me, we can't force her to leave. You'll have to go through a formal eviction. Me? An eviction? For a guest. Officer 2, if she's been here 30 days, in this state, she has tenant's rights, even without a lease. My blood ran cold. She knew this. I could see the smirk on her face behind the tears. Alistair was grinning. They thought they'd won. Me? Okay. Fine. Cora, so? I'm staying. Me? Yep. You're staying. In your room. I walked to the thermostat. Great. Well, since we're going to be roommates pending a formal, months-long eviction, I'm cutting expenses. Hope you like it cold. I turned the AC off. I walked to the router. I logged into the admin panel. And I'm changing the Wi-Fi password. You'll need to get your own plan. Cora, you can't. Me? I can. My Wi-Fi. My power bill. And this. I walked over and unplugged the 70-inch TV. Is also mine. Brenda, this is barbaric. Me, this is budgeting. The broke guy has to save, remember? Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to my room. To lock the door. Good night, officers. Good night, Alistair, Brenda. Good night, roommate. They left, absolutely livid. The cops just looked at me, shook their heads, and left. Cora was stuck in a condo with no Wi-Fi, no TV, and no AC. She lasted 12 hours. The next morning, she was gone. All her stuff was gone. I got a text from her, "You're a sociopath." I just replied, "Good luck, Cora." Then I changed the locks. I thought it was over. I was wrong. I started packing up the rest of her stuff. The mountains of it. Clothes, shoes, makeup. And I found something tucked in her designer boot box. It wasn't letters from a lover. It was a binder. A full, professional, laminated binder. The title, The Cora Collective, a lifestyle brand pitch deck. I opened it. It was a full business plan. Her lifestyle was the product. I flipped to the seed capital section, and I saw my name. Not my name. It just said, the ATM. It was a 5-year plan. Phase 1, years 1 to 3, secure relationship with the ATM, build lifestyle brand, document via social media. Max out all provided credit lines, convert to assets, designer bags, jewelry, car. Transfer all gifts to personal storage unit. She had a storage unit? Phase 2, year 4, initiate broke boy conflict. Create public narrative of his financial abuse and instability. This was scripted. Phase 3, year 5, initiate separation. Leverage tenants' rights and emotional distress for significant palimony/settlement. Target, $200,000 plus vehicle. Launch, use settlement as seed capital to launch Cora Collective and teach other women how to level up. I wasn't her boyfriend. I was her first investor. And her broke boy post was an insult. It was a trigger. Phase 2 had just begun. My blood isn't cold anymore. It's boiling. This wasn't a breakup. This was a heist. And it's not over. Final update. It's been 3 months. Welcome to the thrilling conclusion of Reese versus the Cora Collective. After I found the binder, I didn't get angry. I got methodical. I'm an IT security guy. My job is to find vulnerabilities and patch them. This was the biggest vulnerability of my life. I knew they'd sue. The broke boy post was a trap, designed to make me look unstable and abusive, giving her leverage. My public reply with the receipts? That was an unscripted move. It made me a problem. I hired a lawyer, a shark, a woman named Ms. Finch. I didn't tell her about the binder. Not first. I just said, my ex is threatening to sue. Finch, it's a shakedown, Mr. Reese's last name. They'll ask for $100,000. We'll offer $5,000 to go away. Me, I don't think so. Sure enough, a week later, I was served. Alistair, Brenda, and Cora, last name versus Reese, last name. They were suing me for defamation, for the public posting of private, misleading financial information, the Amex bill. Slander, for calling Cora a barnacle, worth $50,000 apparently. Promissory estoppel. This was the big one. They claimed I had verbally promised to support Cora's lifestyle indefinitely, and she had relied on that promise to her detriment, i.e., by not getting a real job. Emotional distress, $250,000. Total demand, $500,000. And permanent ownership of the 2023 luxury import. I walked into Ms. Finch's office and put the lawsuit on her desk. Finch, this is aggressive. They're insane. Me, they're not insane. They're just following the script. I placed the binder on her desk. Exhibit A. She read it. Her expression went from bored lawyer to, oh, this is fun. Finch, this is a confession. Me, it's a pitch deck. But I've got something better. I'm a security guy. When Cora's laptop, the one I bought her, started acting slow 6 months ago, I did a full diagnostic. I told her I was just cleaning up. I was. But I do full backups. A perfect 1:1 drive image. Just in case of catastrophic failure. I never looked at it. Until now. I found the original files. The Word docs. The email threads between her and Mila. He's so boring, Reese, but I just look at his savings account and I feel better. LOL. He's tightening the belt. The ATM is flashing insufficient funds. Time to launch phase 2. Alistair's lawyer says if I can prove public humiliation on top of financial control, we can get him for $300K easy. The broke boy post should do it. Don't worry about the car. It's a gift. He can't take it back. I handed Finch a USB drive. And that is the metadata. Finch smiled. It was terrifying. Mr. Reese's last name. I'm going to have to raise my retainer. This is going to be a joy. The revenge, the mediation. We want a mediation, not court. Their lawyer, Alistair's golf buddy, wanted a quick, intimidating settlement. The room was tense. Alistair, Brenda, Cora, and their lawyer. Their lawyer. And as you can see, Mr. Reese's last name, as calculated in malicious post, has caused my client irreparable harm. Her brand, her reputation. Finch, her reputation, or her brand? Because we've seen the pitch deck. The Cora Collective, isn't it? Very impressive. The silence that fell. Cora went white. Alistair and Brenda just looked confused. Their lawyer, I don't know what you're. Finch, this. She pulled the binder from her briefcase. The one where my client is referred to as the ATM. The one that outlines a 5-year plan to commit, and I'm quoting a criminal lawyer I consulted, fraud and conspiracy to commit grand larceny. Alistair, this is a fantasy. A college project. Finch, a college project? That's interesting, because the metadata on the original file. She holds up the USB, shows it was created 3 weeks after she moved in. And the email to Mila, last name. He's so boring, but I just look at his savings account. That was sent from your work email, Cora. The one at the PR firm. Cora looked like she was going to be sick. Finch, so here's what's going to happen. You're going to drop this frivolous lawsuit with prejudice. You're going to sign this NDA, agreeing to never speak my client's name again. And you, Alistair, are going to write my client a check for his legal fees, which currently stand at $22,500. Alistair, this is blackmail. Finch, no, Alistair. That, she tapped the binder, is conspiracy. This, she tapped her invoice, is just the bill. If you refuse, we are walking out of this room. We are filing a countersuit for fraud. We will get to discovery. And my first 2 calls will be to the IRS to discuss your cash advances, Cora, and to Mila's fiancé. I hear he's a lovely guy. The fallout. They signed. Of course they signed. Alistair's venture, money had to be rerouted to pay my lawyer. It was beautiful, but I wasn't done. The car, the lease was in my name. I've been paying it. It was, as their lawyers said, her biggest asset. I called the leasing company. Hello, I'd like to terminate my lease early. It cost me $3,200 in penalties. I paid it, gladly. The tow truck showed up at Alistair and Brenda's house the next morning to collect the car. I heard from my buddy, the one who sent the first text, that the screaming was epic. The Cora Collective, Finch, as a professional courtesy, sent a copy of the binder and the emails to the partner at Cora's PR firm, just as a heads up about their employees. Extracurricular activities. Cora was fired by lunch. Mila, I did send the emails to her fiancé. He's no longer her fiancé. Alistair and Brenda. They had to take out a second mortgage to pay Finch. Their own greed and their daughter's business plan cost them their house's equity. As for me, I'm out $3,200 for the lease penalty. My lawyer was paid for by them. I'm back to saving for my house. My house. I'm changing all my passwords. I'm getting a dog. I learned a $28,450 lesson. But the look on their faces when Finch pulled out that binder, that was priceless. The broke boy